I really don't know where I'd be at if it wasn't for this band. The last 4 years have been rough, to say the least. I've gone through some pretty dark times mentally, and these guys have seen me through thick and thin of all of it.
I think what's most important about the band to me is the support system. I've never been in a band where I felt so close with these guys where I can talk to them about anything and everything, and they can sit there and listen, not only listen but like understand where I'm coming from, which has always been a big challenge with me like my whole life, is being misunderstood or just nobody wanting to listen. And these guys have made me feel every ounce of that, every bit of understanding and just getting me in a way that most people won't or don't.
At this point, I mean, the most important thing to me is music, and it always has been, but I mean, it's the biggest aspect of my life now. And I think that's really important to me because this band is like everything to me, and it's given me an outlet for that creativeness, that enjoyment of music in a more large scale environment, I guess, as opposed to just myself sitting around jamming. And I feel like that's really important because, you know, I'm a very kept to themselves person, just reclusive to an extent. But on stage, it's being able to express yourself, whether it's physical, verbal, whatever. It's just, you know, a great fucking experience.
I love the feeling of being on stage and not really thinking, not having to just continue piling stuff on from life, you know. It lets me release all the anger I have. It lets me release all the sadness or whatever I'm going through. I'm feeling everything about the song, even live. Live, when I play, I'm not thinking. There's not really much to think besides I have to be in the pocket. And being in the pocket makes me feel good. It's an escape.
The band is so much more than just music. To me, it's a very, very reliable outlet and form of expression that I have the pleasure of, you know, working with, you know, the guys in my band, and, you know, I wouldn't have it any other way.
Last year we put out a song, easily the most personal to me. It's got a lot darker of a backstory than a lot of people know about, but basically it's about self-reflection. And in the song, I say I hate myself, like a lot, and I wasn't sure how people would take that, but the first time we play, I got everybody screaming it right back in my face. And honestly, that's the most rewarding thing that music has done for me the last 10 years that I've been doing this. The world is a dark place right now. I'm sure we can all agree with that. And as long as we all stick together, as corny as that sounds, as cheesy as it is, like, that's how we get through it. And if I can write some stuff that people are gonna feel, whether it be dark or not, like, that's how we get through it.
One of the coolest things is, you know, when you make the music and you see how that translates live and how people react to it, and it's insane seeing some people's reactions. It's like my favorite part. I can't help it. Sometimes I like mess up live because I'm like watching people throw down and go crazy, and it's just so insane just to see people vibing what we made.
I think the best thing to have come out of this band for me is being able to be in front of 150, 200 people, whether it's at 51 West or Pub Rock or wherever, and be able to tell these people, I'm just a waste of space. That's how it's always been, but I'm sick of saving face. And everybody to scream back at me. That room lights up, and I know that those people are feeling what I'm feeling, and we're right there in it together, you know. And knowing that I can reach people like that, and all I'm doing is getting stuff off of my chest, I mean, that's the most rewarding part for me.
And like, playing shows is a whole different experience now. Like, I've seen like a few videos of like our original performances, seeing our initial shows to where we are now, we've grown a lot.
So before our writing process, I would say was kind of questionable.
Early on, the band, you know, we didn't really have, you know, a sense of focus or drive, or we were just kind of meeting up and jamming just to jam and kind of for fun. And
when it comes to the writing, honestly, we would kind of just like throw some stuff together, hope that it sounds good. But this past year, we've been doing like pre-production. We got a MacBook and a little Scarlett interface, and we'll just track some stuff out. If we don't like it, scrap it, on to the next. You know, just keep on, trial and error. And that's pretty much how we've gotten to the point where we know what we want to sound like and just drive it home, you know.
We found a sound. We've been trying to find a sound for us, and I feel like, as I'm pretty sure most of us feel like, that this is a game changer for all of us. So something that we've always wanted to do, and just never knew how to achieve it.
Everything's getting a lot easier, and we're starting to see our future, and all the ideas that we have are starting to come to life, rather than just talk and not really putting drive to anything.
We always want to keep pushing, keep going forward, not staying in the same thing, in the same bubble, in the same box that we've always been.
So pretty much everything this past year and a half now has kind of just been building. It's building blocks, getting us to the next step of where we want to go. And we kind of hit that point earlier this year. Where do we want to go from here? So we came to a decision. Next February, we're going to be flying out to Orlando, Florida to work with the one and only Andrew Wade.
Really pumped to go. Not just to only say I've worked with Andrew Wade, but the experience of becoming better in the studio, becoming a better, more rounded musician on my own, and even with the band too.
And for me, that's very, very exciting. I know all the guys are too. Very excited about it. I just can't wait to work with him, because I can't imagine what we can learn from someone like Andrew, in the sense of writing and how things work and kind of pushing our sound to the next level.
I'm super humbled and excited to learn, not only to record, but also to learn everything I can from him and this experience.
Just saying it out loud, it feels surreal. I get goosebumps just thinking about it. He's worked with some of the biggest names out there right now, and it's just so humbling knowing that we get to go in the studio and we're gonna learn so much from him.
It's gonna be beneficial for all of us, not only with our sound, our brand, fine-tuning all the little pieces we have in this band that make this band what it is. We're gonna have to up our game individually, which we're going to do. It's gonna make us jump to that next level that we're gonna have to do no matter what.
You know, he's worked with a lot of bands that I personally, you know, grew up listening to, and to have the opportunity to work with someone who's had their hands on a lot of my influences is pretty inspiring, and we haven't even done it yet. So I'm gonna say I'm very excited.
We're taking huge steps in just the stride in the direction that we're going is just such a massive leap that, like, I still cannot fathom. Like, I just can't wrap my head around it. Like, it's fucking stupid.
Now, with that being said, February is a long time away, so we don't want to leave anybody hanging. So in the meantime, we have been working on something pretty special. Here's a quick clip of it. I hope you like it.
And so, because of that, like, I can't believe we're actually going, you know, fucking Andrew Wade to fucking put out our next EP. And I'm saying a lot, but it's just amazing. Like, I just do not understand. Like, I literally cannot wrap my head around the fact that we're going out to Florida to put out a record with someone as amazing as that, when we're just some stupid little boys from Phoenix and just trying to, you know, make this band a thing, at least to some extent. But I don't know, where the road takes us from here, I guess we'll have to see.